You better believe on Morning Combat, the week of the biggest fight of the boxing calendar year, we're going to get the star of the show. The takeover is here. Teofimo Lopez Jr., unbeaten, 23, your IBF lightweight champion. Just, I don't know, 4 or 5 sleeps away from Vasiliy Lomachenko in Las Vegas. Teo, fired the heck up. That's me talking. What's going on inside of you just out from the biggest fight of your career?
I gotta say, that was like the best intro for someone to say for me. I gotta say thank you. Thank you, Campbell. Hey, I gotta say, man, I'm hyped, fight week, and that's just what it comes to, man, the takeover. And man, I'm excited. I can't wait for this, man. What are we? T-minus 5 days away. So it's the time, man. It's the time of every boxing fan. It's the time for all sports to just tune in October 17th live on ESPN. You don't want to miss it.
Pay-per-view level fight could easily be. We're getting it on regular ESPN. Now, look, I know you don't love Vasiliy Lomachenko, but there's reports that he took less money to make this fight happen, and you certainly have to shout out the folks at ESPN for putting it on regular cable. Do you give that man the respect for bending at the financial table to get you in there?
What?
That's what I hear. That's what I hear, bro. All right?
What you hear? That's called rumors, my friend. That is rumors. No, that was all false information. Nothing was ever taken out of his purse or out of his fight check financially. Nothing. I'm not the type of man to take that. I won't take that. My ego's too big when it comes to stuff like that. And just to allow someone like Lomachenko, who I personally do not like, to be that announced, I won't take it. So the true story to it, going back and forth with Bob Arum, ESPN, and with my manager David McWhorter, we were discussing back and forth, and ESPN, came in and they gave us, what we thought was all right, not the best, but just all right, and that's what happened, man. So for everyone else thinking about Loma giving me but the thing that makes me laugh is that they promote the shit out of that, but they can't promote the shit out of this fight. We need to promote the shit out of the fight. So
let's get right into it. So look, Teo, here's why us hardcores, even the casuals, love this. It's certainly a blockbuster fight. 4 titles at stake in the lightweight division, but it's like a grudge match at the same time. And we get fired up for it. It's like catnip to us. The hate seems to be real. Can you give us the origin? I mean, I know the story, but I'm not sure everybody else does. Your dad kind of almost accosted Vasiliy Lomachenko as he was on the way to a different fight, walking to the ring. What happened here?
So it was back in 2018 where it got real controversial, kind of, I would have to say, it just got real intense. I wasn't there during the time. I was getting ready I was doing my weight cut, so I was working out. But people were blowing me up, calling me, yo, your father just went off on Loma, and I was laughing. I'm laughing. I'm like, I wonder why though. My father's the type, man. I guess that it's that New York in him. If he got something to say, he's just gonna say it, straight up, and he's not gonna hold anything back to it. That's one of my traits that I love about him. Despite how people may feel about it, he just doesn't care. And so that night, I think it was he went up to Loma, gave him his hand, shook his hand, and I guess Loma gave him a dirty look and kind of was just like, why are you trying to give me your hand type of feeling. And my father he was like, man, and he just started cursing, and he was like, my son's going to knock you out. My son is going to kill you, and we're going to take over this show. And that was the night when I fought Mason Menard. And I did take over the show.
Anyone that has not seen that one-punch KO in the first round there of rock-hard mighty Mason Maynard, please check that out. Here's what I love about your dad, who's also your trainer, Teofimo Sr. there, his chutzpah. It's the fact that you weren't like an established champion at that point. You're still a rising guy that was trying to make a name for himself, had been unproven. Your dad was kind of talking all that stuff and sort of putting a bounty over your head. You got a lot to live up to it. You have each step of the way, but the narratives entering this fight that even though you now have the IBF belt, you beat Richard Comey, you're climbing, you're only 15 fights into your career. You just turned 23. How do you respond to those handicap in this fight saying, too much too soon, man, you're going up against the pound for pound king right now?
I'm built different, man. I'm one of those that are just different. I step up to the plate, and it always it's always in my favor. That just comes with a lot of hard work, a lot of sacrifices that I've made throughout my career, 18 years in, and still counting, so that comes with all that, man, just the mentality part and just the fact that I walk by faith, man, and I live by it. So everything that I do is honestly through God, and He always steers me in the right way. My time is now, and that's what I believe. And come October 17th, we're more than ready, man, more than ready. I'm excited. Probably more excited than all you fans, honestly, man. And just to be back in the boxing world, to be back in my world, and to feel at home again, definitely is going to be one of my things that I miss the most.
I don't know if you're more excited than me. This is what I call a shadow box fight. If you stand up just voluntarily throwing punches when you think about this fight, it's a big one. It's for real, and that's certainly what we have here. When you look at this fight from an X's and O's standpoint, this is what I think what's cool about it is Lomachenko's a wizard. We all know that. Great footwork, angles, all that. But he typically does that against standard boxer, puncher, orthodox type fighters. You are anything but standard or orthodox. You're athletic. You come from different angles. What is this fight going to look like? Because I can't see it being a simple jab and cover sort of back and forth between, again, traditional boxers.
Man, that's the thing, man. I think that's what everybody's waiting for, just to see what we've all seen what Loma does, but no one has really seen what I can do. Everybody just sees me as whether a one punch man or whatnot. Someone that may come forward, and any of these hands right here will just put you to sleep. So but there's more to that. There's more to Teofimo than that. And I can't wait to showcase that. It's going to be a great fight, entertaining fight, very technical, I believe, and at the same time, but it's just also it's bad blood. So you're definitely going to see lights. You're going to see lights and fire, man, come that night. You're definitely going to see fireworks, and it's just going to be one of those fights where it is fight of the year without even being us in the ring yet. So I think everybody needs to definitely tune in. This isn't just promoting it. This is the truth, and this is how we are, and this is how I feel. And then afterwards, we see what happens.
All right. Well, look, Lomachenko, like I mentioned, been really at the top of the pound for pound rankings.
You guys really, man. I gotta give it to y'all, though. I gotta give it to y'all.
For what? For what?
Huh? Just tune in October 17th. That's for what.
Okay. Well, look, what I was going to say is that, Lomachenko's great. Let's give him his respect. He does things that you
I'm not gonna take. I won't take anything from the man. Trust me, I won't take anything away from the man. He's made his accomplishments. He's done what he has done. You definitely got to take your hat off to the man for achieving those goals at such a early time. With only 15 fights, just as much as I have. But for him, he had a faster route due to the fact that he was a two-time Olympic gold medalist. They gave him that opportunity, in showcasing the amateurs. Why not? So obviously for myself, I had to work my way up. But the fact that I did it within these 15 fights, and now we're facing each other, there's not a better time than this.
Well, that's really what I was going to get into, saying, look, he's great. His track record speaks for itself, but he went up to 135 a few years back to chase big fights. And you could argue that given his size, given his age at 32, still in his prime, but crossing over to a certain degree, this is a dangerous division for him. We saw him get dropped by Jorge Linares in a great fight with one punch. We saw Pedraza have moments against him. The whole idea is, okay, it's his experience against your youth, but where does your power fit into this equation? Do you believe, after seeing him during his lightweight run, that he's going to be able to handle your punching power in this fight?
We gotta wait and see. I give every fighter things that I want them to feel. There's times where with the Kombat, when I threw some check hooks at him, it wasn't a hard check hook. It was just a nice touch up just to see how he react to it. And I followed up with it. Just to see the reactions to a lot of things. So we'll have to wait and see. I got to see what he can and can't handle. And then we'll go off of that. I don't think that I don't underestimate no fighter and no man. We don't know. But I will find out, and I will know come October 17th when we're in that ring. So I don't underestimate what he can and can't handle. But I'm just gonna do everything that I can to come out victorious and make that outcome. I'm a strong fighter, of course, and I have power in both hands. We all know that. Let's just see what he can and can't handle.
we get a lot of MMA fans watching the morning combat show here on CBS and Showtime. And I've made the comparison before. If you're looking at Lopez Lomachenko, it's almost like when Conor McGregor was rising up and went in there against Jose Aldo for the featherweight title. You're in that position where if you win, you're going to kick down the door of this sport. And, you know, with the audience you'll probably get on ESPN, have a chance to really become an overnight sensation and a star beyond boxing. How much is that on your mind? You don't want to put the cart before the horse, but you believe in yourself. What does Sunday look like? It's got to be a day and night scenario if you win this.
I take every day, day by day, and I live by that, you know. So one day at a time, one fight at a time. We see what happens afterwards. You know what I mean? The hard work, you know, will show, and it will pay off come October 17th. You know, my whole objective is to do what I know best and go out there and entertain the fans. That's what it comes back to. And it's always that. Teofimo, that's what you're going to get from me is the love and admiration to all the fans out there. And you guys wouldn't be getting fights like this or the backflips or the celebrations if it wasn't for you guys. You guys definitely motivate me in every way. And for Sunday, man, we see what happens. We definitely see what happens. You know, I'll probably be knocked out, sleeping, you know, going to bed and waking up and be like, damn, this really did happen, huh?
It really did, indeed. Just 23 years old. I don't know how you hold it together. At 23 years old, I was probably in a basement doing some things you shouldn't be, rocking out. You're on top of the world, about to face basically the pound-for-pound king at this point. You said that you're different, but you've had to juggle a lot of craziness in a young career. I don't say this for sensationalism. You've had family drama that it sometimes almost seemed to inject and infect some of your fights. Where are we at right now in terms of a peaceful, normal training camp building into the biggest fight of your career?
I think for everybody that in combat sports or just in sports in general, I mean, there's never really that peaceful, calm, relaxation moments, you know, especially when we get close to a fight time or close to competition, you know, in general. I think there's always something going on, you know what I mean? But it's also just about the fact that you got to tune those things out at a certain period of time. And I've learned that throughout my years, and I learned that through certain fights now, you know, and that's just comes with the experience that comes with time, you know. So time is key. Time is definitely something that I take advantage of, but also I understand and I live by. So when it comes to it, you know, mentally, I'm there, I'm good, I'm ready. Physically, we're more than ready, and emotionally, man, we there. I'm very happy, man. There's nothing going on at these moments, and thankfully, you know, and if there is, you guys won't see it.
Yeah. Let's keep that stuff on the inside there. Let's focus on the fight. I want to close and ask you this. Your dad's been such a supporter, your trainer, your cheerleader. We mentioned he'll get you in some ish because he believes in you that much. Outside of the strategy of how you're going to beat Lomachenko, what is he telling you in these final days? What are those words of advice or motivation to get you ready for this?
Nah, he knows what I'm gonna be doing. You know, he knows, and he's seen the best in me, and he's seen the worst in me. You know, that's just throughout our 18 years in this, and just him seeing everything. He knows when I'm ready, and he's, you know, he says, "This is the best I've seen you." So, just to hear that from my own father and my coach, who has seen that, you know, just the fact that I feel good on top of that, and for him to tell me that, man, it's gonna be shoot. I get goosebumps even talking about it. We don't know what type. I don't know who's gonna handle that, especially the way I feel, man. I use all this, man. So I'm very thankful though. Don't get me wrong. I'm very thankful and grateful for these opportunities, and especially during these tough times with the pandemic. At least we were able to at least get 250 people and fans, and I think we are doing the first responders, you know, at least to give back to them. And that's the most important part, you know, and to get back to the fans, it's free, cable TV, live on ESPN.
Can't wait. Saturday night, the biggest showdown of your young career, the lightweight summit, Vasiliy Lomachenko and this man, Teofimo Lopez Jr. Best of luck, Teo. It's been a long time coming. Can't wait for the fireworks.
This is just the beginning, though, Brian. This is just the beginning.